What's going on, guys? This is VinylicPuma, back with another Borderlands 2 countdown video, and today I wanted to go over 10 of what I think are among some of the best gun and weapon parts across all weapon types. Now, before we start, I'd like to go ahead and say that this video is going to focus on a wide variety of weapon parts, and will act as more of a general guide of parts to keep an eye out for on the weapons that you may encounter on a given playthrough. The reason I'm categorizing this list this way is because what weapon parts are best can greatly vary from weapon to weapon. For example, you're obviously going to want all Dahl parts on your Dahl SMGs to maximize the length of the burst. Or in the case of a Jacobs assault rifle, you may find that you want one with a flush or magazine size accessory to help compensate for the low magazine size. Also, as a general rule, it's a good idea to match the grip on all weapons with the corresponding manufacturer rather than trying to find the quote-unquote best grip. So if you have a Torgue pistol, the best Torgue pistols typically are the ones that have the Torgue grip. From there, you have a lot more flexibility when it comes to scopes, stocks, accessories, and barrels, and those are the parts I'm going to primarily be focusing on for this video. As always, feel free to let me know what your favorite weapon parts are in the comment section below, and if you're looking for a reference for all of the weapon parts that Borderlands 2 has to offer, I'll leave a link to some infographics in the video description. Okay guys, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and start with number 10, and that is going to be Hyperion scopes. So in general, if you're looking for a scope on any of your weapons, Hyperion is the way to go, provided it's available. This is because Hyperion scopes provide the highest zoom of any scope, which makes them perfect on sniper rifles, shotguns, pistols, and SMGs. This said, you will run into some problems when it comes to assault rifles and rocket launchers, as neither of these can come with a Hyperion scope. For assault rifles, you're going to need to be on the lookout for a Jacobs scope, which provides the highest zoom of any assault rifle scope, and for launchers, you're going to want a Maliwan scope, which provides the highest possible zoom for rocket launchers. Ultimately though, Hyperion scopes are pretty great, and as you're playing through the game, you should make it a point to keep an eye out for these, as these offer the best range potential. Number 9. The Torgue shotgun barrel. When it comes to shotgun barrels, a lot of the non-unique shotguns that tend to be popular at high-level play are the ones with the Torgue barrel. This is largely because the Torgue barrel is typically known for its insanely high projectile count on top of improved base damage and magazine size. When paired with the right builds, you can fairly quickly unload in excess of 15 high-damage projectiles into an enemy's face for massive damage, which is a big part of why these things are so sought after. Now, there are a few downsides though, such as the high ammo consumption, increased recoil, and decreased accuracy. However, I think you'll find that the high damage and projectile count more than makes up for this. Plus, if you're worried about ammo consumption, Salvador can easily counter that while he's gunzerking. As far as specific models from manufacturers are concerned, be sure to keep an eye out for the Jacobs Quad, Torgue Ravager, Hyperion Development, TDR Shotgun Supreme, and Bandit Overkill. Overall, these shouldn't be too hard to find, as Torgue barrel shotguns don't appear lower than blue rarity. Number 8. The Damage Plus accessory. So, the Damage Plus accessory is available for a wide variety of weapon types, and generally the best way to tell if you have one of these is by prefix. So be sure to check the manufacturer of your weapon, and then check the prefix to see if it matches what's shown here. And to start, we'll go ahead and start with assault rifles, then go on to snipers, then go on to SMGs, then go on to pistols, and finally, we have rocket launchers. Alright, with that out of the way, the general trend across different weapon types is that you're getting slightly increased base damage at the expense of increased recoil. And while some other weapon types will have debuff penalties from the Damage Plus accessory, The general trend, again, is that you're getting better base damage at the expense of some recoil control. Now, I tend to prefer the damage plus accessory simply because it tends to scale better with most characters' skills. For example, a damage plus accessory for a sniper rifle tends to outperform the crit damage plus accessory for sniper rifles when you're using Zero's critical ascension. At the end of the day, though, I think you'll find that you really can't go wrong with a damage plus accessory, and while you may find that some alternatives are better on certain weapons and weapon types, damage plus is still pretty great and highly recommended. Number 7. The Vladof Pistol Barrel. By far the best barrel for non-unique pistols in Borderlands 2 is the Vladof barrel. It has a pretty distinct double barrel appearance and is renowned for its improved fire rates, improved magazine size, and reduced recoil when compared to other pistol barrels. This allows the Vladof barrel to have better DPS than pretty much every other non-unique pistol barrel, which is important as you progress through the game. In fact, the Vladof Manufactured Anarchist, which sports the Vladof barrel for pistols, tends to be a very popular choice amongst the player base thanks to its great fire rates and magazine size. I suppose it is worth mentioning that there is a penalty to accuracy for this barrel. However, I think you'll find that it's ultimately not too much of a problem. After all, this barrel is more meant for spraying enemies with bullets rather than pinpoint accuracy. And if you want a pinpoint accurate version, you can always pick up a Hyperion Synergy, which has Hyperion's signature reverse recoil. So while you are playing Borderlands 2, be sure to keep an eye out for the Vladof Anarchist, Hyperion Synergy, Bandit Rat-a-tat-tatter, Torgue Injector, Dahl Negotiator, TDR Quickshot, and Maliwan Umbrage. There's also a Jacobs variant that's available in the pre-sequel, however, it doesn't drop in-game in Borderlands 2. Feel free to leave what that thing is called in the comments section below. Number 6. The E-Tech Barrel for SMGs. When it comes to non-unique SMGs, I'd say the E-Tech Barrel is pretty hard to beat. In terms of appearance, it looks like this triple-pronged flamethrower, and I think you'll find it's fairly easy to find a weapon that drops with this barrel, as it takes on the signature magenta color of the E-Tech rarity. As far as how this thing functions, while it does consume a lot of ammo per shot, and the improvements to magazine size really only make it on par with other SMGs, I think you'll find that the improvements to base damage make all of this worth it. These things pretty much tear through enemies, and thanks to their splash damage, you can more easily take out those pesky nomads with shields, or power loaders with those fan blades. It's also pretty cool that the E-Tech barrel benefits from grenade damage bonus, making this a perfect choice on Axton, or even in the case of someone like Maya, you can pair this with a Cat class mod for even better damage. Even Anarchy Gauge works pretty well with the Hyperion variants once you have a decent amount of Anarchy stacks. Ultimately, if you're looking for the best parts for an SMG, be sure to keep an eye out for the E-Tech barrel and plasma casters in general. Number 5. Dahl/Hyperion stocks. Now, I decided to go ahead and include these together as both Dahl and Hyperion make some of the best stocks. Dahl stocks are available on assault rifles, SMGs, and snipers, while Hyperion stocks are available on snipers, SMGs, and shotguns. What makes these so sought after is that both Hyperion and Dahl stocks provide bonuses to accuracy or recoil with no minor drawbacks. For example, the Dahl stock for assault rifles improves accuracy, reduces recoil, and allows for better recoil recovery, while most other assault rifle stocks either do nothing or have some kind of debuff. The same goes with shotguns, as the Hyperion stock for shotguns improves accuracy and recoil recovery, while the other stocks either do nothing or debuff accuracy and or increase recoil. Of the two, maybe Dahl stocks edge out Hyperion stocks ever so slightly, as Dahl stocks are typically preferred over Hyperion stocks on snipers and SMGs, but even then, I wouldn't say that you should scrap your favorite SMG if it has a Hyperion stock. Both stocks from both companies are great and are typically considered best in class. So be sure to keep an eye out for these stocks because they're great on pretty much all weapons. Number 4. the vertical grip accessory for shotguns. If there's one accessory you definitely want to keep an eye out for, it's definitely the vertical grip. Now, it's pretty easy to spot this thing, as there's basically this giant protrusion coming out of the bottom of the barrel of the shotgun. However, if you're still curious whether you have the vertical grip accessory or not, be sure to check the manufacturer of your gun, and then check the corresponding prefix to see if it's being displayed here. If it matches, you have a vertical grip shotgun. Now, as a quick FYI, if you have a gemstone weapon from the Dragon Keep DLC, then your prefix isn't going to match what's being displayed here. But anyway, what's so awesome about this accessory is that it increases the pellet count of your shotgun, improving its damage while not having any observable penalty to the weapon's base damage. You also get a nice boost to fire rate as well, which certainly doesn't hurt either, and this all comes at the expense of some decreases to accuracy and wider projectile spread. Thankfully, the projectile spread can be corrected provided you get a shotgun with a Hyperion grip. However, you will get a decrease to your base damage at that point. While you're farming for shotguns, definitely be sure to keep an eye out for the vertical grip accessory, as it will make pretty much every shotgun stronger. Number 3. The E-Tech barrel for rocket launchers. While most E-Tech barrels suck, the E-Tech barrel for rocket launchers is actually pretty good, provided you get one for any manufacturer other than Bandit. This is because the E-Tech barrel on Tediore, Maliwan, and Vladof launchers has a unique blue orb or cataclysm effect, which greatly increases the blast radius and damage, allowing you to potentially miss an enemy and still deal a lot of damage. In a way, this makes all three of these sort of like a poor man's Norfleet launcher until you can actually get your hands on a Norfleet. Of the three good ones, I'd say the Vladof Topnia is the best, as it will allow you to have all of the benefits of the E-Tech barrel along with the benefits of Vladof rocket launchers, which are the ability to consume 2/3 of a rocket per shot, greater magazine size, and superior fire rate for better DPS. Either way though, be sure to keep an eye out for the E-Tech barrel on your launchers. Then again, I suppose that isn't so hard, since the E-Tech barrel basically makes the weapon the magenta colored E-Tech rarity. Number 2. The double accessory for pistols. While some of you may disagree, as far as accessories go, the double accessory for pistols is truly excellent. It's typically characterized by this underbarrel light attachment. However, the big difference is that this thing isn't turned on. Now, if you are confused and you're having trouble figuring out if you have the double accessory, check the manufacturer of your pistol and then check the prefix. If it doesn't match what is currently being shown on screen, then you have some other accessory, or you have a gemstone weapon from the Dragon Keep DLC. What makes this accessory so good is that it basically doubles your projectiles and increases your magazine size at the expense of double the ammo consumption, as well as a decrease to your weapon's base damage, fire rate, and accuracy. While that may sound kind of bad at first glance, the ability to fire a second projectile allows for a significant damage per shot increase, which can also greatly contribute to your overall damage per second. And in the case of someone like Salvador, the ammo consumption isn't that much of a problem, as Salvador can usually regenerate the excess ammo, making the higher ammo consumption far less of a problem. Overall, the double accessory is really what makes the Unkempt Herald, or should I say the double penetrating Unkempt Herald, so hilariously powerful. It's available on other pistols as well, and honestly, you might as well just pick it up because it's guaranteed to pretty much make whatever pistol you have better. And for our final weapon part, number 1, the Vladof Sniper Barrel. Sniper rifles with the Vladof Sniper Barrel are some of the best non-unique snipers available. This is because the barrel itself provides a boost to fire rate and magazine size with no observable penalties, meaning that you're potentially getting a nice DPS boost when compared to other non-unique sniper barrels. While it's true that the damage per shot with the Vladof barrel isn't quite as high as it might be on the Jacobs barrel, the ability to follow up with faster consecutive shots can make the Vladof sniper barrel a better choice, especially later on in the game where you have to contend with enemy health regeneration. Plus, given the lack of any observable penalties, I would say this barrel easily outperforms all of the other barrels, as you're either getting some kind of debuff to your recoil or your weapon's damage. Otherwise, there's not really much else to these other than that they are really awesome if you can manage to get your hands on one. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled for the Vladof Torgue, Jacob's Diab, Hyperion Competition, Maliwan Raquel, and the Dahl Scout. Okay guys, I think that's going to wrap up this particular video. If you liked this video, feel free to leave a like, click the bell so you can be notified when I upload more videos, and as always, thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.